Hello, dear lovely students. This is Unit 2, and this is exercise 2-1, grade 6, Cambridge. Let's see the first question in the workbook. They say here is a rocket made of 7 shapes. And might draw a sequence using the rockets. Let's see here. Like the first rocket has 7 shapes. The second rocket has 7 and 7 is going to be 14. And the third one is going to be what? 21. So you'll find that the rocket are multiple of 7. The first one we said it is 7. The first one is 7. The second one is like 2 rockets. Each one contains 7. That's mean both of them are 14. The third one, it is what? It is 21. Because 7, 7, and 7. And the fourth one is 28. So 28 is the first rocket. Number 4. They say complete the table A, which we complete the table over here. Then they say, what is a term-to-term rule? We need to know the term-to-term rule. Remember, the term-to-term rule is a relation between any term and the other term. Like, what do we do when we move to the first term, to the second term, to the third term? Like, it is what? It is adding 7. And remember, our grade 6 students, all time, like your term-to-term will be adding a specific number or subtracting a specific number because we call this linear sequence. Then what is a position to term sequence? Position to term is a relation between the position and the term. Like 1, which we call the first position, which is 7. Like the relation between 1 and 7, and the relation between 2 and 14, the relation between 3 and 21, the relation between 4 and 28. If you see the position to term rule is always going to be matter of what is multiplying. Like multiply by 7. Like every time we multiply by 7. They ask you what is the 25th term in the sequence. The 25th term, like simply you're going to say what it is 7 times 25. Then you go and multiply 7 with 25. Do long multiplication. Normally, as we just learned how to do long multiplication, is 25 times 7. 7 multiplied 5 is equal to 85. 5 we carry over the 3. And 7 times 2 is 14. 14 plus the 3 is equal to 17. So the answer will be 175. 175. This will be the answer. Let's go on. In question number 2, we say Philippi counts in steps of 0.3. Is starting at 4. Write the first 5 terms of Philippi's sequence. Let's go. We say we start with 4. Then add 0.3 because she's counting up. Like 4 plus 0.3 is going to be 4.3. Then plus again, 0.3 is going to be 4.6. Then again, it's going to be what? 4.9. Like how many those? 1, 2, 3, 4. We need the fifth one, which is equal to 5.2. Remember, like when they ask you the starting for 4, you should write 4 as the first term. Some students, they ask you to write the first 5 terms. You must write 4 as the first term. And you write the first 5 terms. Write the next 2 terms in a sequence. Like they ask you to write the next 2 terms, you need to know what do you do every time. Like this 1.4, it become 1.5, 1.6, 1.7. So this will be 1.8, and this will be 1.9 because you add 0.1 every time. This one, it's half, it become 1, 1.5, 2, 2.5. Every time you add a half. So this will be 3, and this will be 3.5. 3.5. So this was quite. This number it is 0, then negative 0.3, negative 0.6, negative 0.9, negative 0.12. Every time we subtract 0.3. So this will be negative 1.5, and the next one will be negative 1.8. So you subtract 0.3 every time. Look at this question. They say, ask you find the position to term rule for the number in this table. Like when I ask you from position to term, like you need to see the relation between position and term. This is position and this is term. Like 1 to be 9, we multiplied by 9. 2 to be 18, we multiplied by 9. 3, we multiplied by 9. 4, we multiplied by 9. So every time we multiply by 9. So we say position to term rule is multiply 9. So you multiply by 9. Let's go to question B. They ask you what is the 10th term in this sequence. We say multiply by 9, so it's going to be 9 times 10, which is equals to 90. So this is the 10th term. Number 5, they say $1 is equal to 100 cents. Complete the table. We say $1 is equal to 100 cents. Then $2 is equal to 200 cents. $5 is equal to 500 cents. $10 is equal to what? You multiply by 100, it's equal to 1,000 cents. 100 is equal to what? It's equal to 100 or equal to 10,000 cents. Because every time you multiply by 100. So what is a position to term? Okay, it's also a relation between position and term. Like 1, to get the 100, we multiply by 100. 2, to get the 100, we multiply by 100. So we multiply by 100. And remember, please, like grade 6 students, like whenever they ask you about position to term rule, it is multiplying by something. When I say term to term rule, is adding something or subtracting number, specific number. Let's go. We say given the first term and the term to term rule. Write down the first 6 terms of each sequence and find the position to term rule in each sequence and the 50th term. Let's go with this one. The first term is 9. Okay, so first term is 9. We go write the first term is 9. And the term to term rule is adding 9. So 9 is going to be 18. Okay, we need to write the first 6 terms. 18, then we're going to write what? 27, then 36, then what is called like 45, then 54. Like those are the first 6 terms. Position to term rule is a relation between the position and the term. Like the position number 1 or the first position is 9. Position number 2 is 18. So I've told you before, when I said position to term is multiplying or dividing by a number. We say multiply by 9. And ask you the 50th term. 50th term, you already have the position to term rule. So you just say 50 times 9. 50 times 9, you multiply 5 by 9 is equal to 45, and you put the 0 of the 50. So it's 450. Look at this second one. They say term to term rule is, the first term is 11. And the term to term rule is 11, adding 11. Add 11 every time. So 11 plus 11 is 22, then 33, then 44, then 55, then 66. Like you write up to the 6th term. Position to term rule, I've told you, like you see the position and what you multiply by. That is mean you multiply by what? By 11. Because the first one is 11, we multiply 1 by 11. The second one is 22, multiply 2 by 11. The third one, 33. So we multiply the 3 by 11. And we go on. The 50th term, you just go to multiply 50 times 11. And when you multiply 50 by 11, you multiply 5 by 11 is equal to 55. And you put the 0, so it's 550. This is the 50th term. Look at number 7. We say Sophia counts back in steps of 0.5. Is starting at 2.9. What is the 5th number in her sequence? Some people, they do this one. Okay, they start with a 2.9 and they count back. When you count back, like every time you count back, you subtract 0.5. So it's going to be 2.4. Then it will be 1.9. Then it will be 1.5. Then it will be like 1. Because you're subtracting like 0.5 every time. This is 2.9. When we say minus 5 is 2.4. Minus or 0.5 is going to be 1.9. Minus 0.5 is going to be 1.4. Then you subtract also like 0.5 is going to be 0.9. Like this is the first term, second term, third term, fourth term, fifth term. So the fifth term is equal to 0.9. Some people, they act in a very smart way and they don't do this. They say every time we subtract 0.5, they give us the first term. So we want the fifth term. If they want the fifth term, so you multiply 4 by the 0.5 because you're going to subtract 0.5 4 times. Like people, they need to understand. If I ask you, I need the fifth term, like you're going to subtract 4 times. If I want to ask you to give me the 10th term, that's mean I subtract what? 9 times. So you see 4 multiplied 0.5 is equals to what? Is equals to 2. Then you say 2.9 minus 2, which is 2.9 minus 2, and that's equal to 0.9. So the fifth term is 0.9. What is the 10th term in the sequence? With the same idea, 10th term, I say that's mean you subtract 0.5 9 times. So you say 0.5 multiplied by 9, because we need the 10th term. Multiply by 9, this is equals to what? Is equals to 4.5. And then you subtract 2.5 minus 4.5. 2.9 minus 4.5. 2.9 minus 4.5. Remember, like 4.5 is a bigger number. You cannot subtract this one. That is mean the answer must be what? Must be a negative number. You're going to go and multiply normally, like 4.5 because the bigger number minus 2.9. Then you're going to, so 5 minus 9 cannot be, you're going to 1 from the 4, it's going to be 15 minus 9 is equal to 6. And then it is what? It is 3 minus 2 is equals to 1, is 1.6. But it should be in negative because it is a 2.9 minus, so it's going to be what? It's going to be negative 0, negative 1.6. Let's go and see if we go this or we go in the same term like to the 10th term with the same idea. Like let's go here. We say 0.9, this is the fifth term. So the sixth term, you're going to subtract 0.5 is going to be 0.4. You're going to subtract again. 0.5 is going to be what? It's going to be negative 0.1. You subtract again 0.5, it's going to be negative 0.6. Again, it's going to be negative 1.1. Then again, it's going to be negative 1.6. If you count it, you find this is a 10th term. Like the first, second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh, eighth, ninth, 10th. So the 10th term is equal to negative 1.6. This is how you do it. Let's go to question number 8. They say follow the instructions in the follow diagram to generate a sequence. They say start. Okay, start. Write down 9. They ask you, listen, please, most of the students, they do this wrong. They say start, write down 9. So go write down 9. Add 9. I added 9. Now it's 18. Is the answer more than 100? No. So write down the answer. I write down the 18. Then I go. I add 9. It's 27, not more than 100. So you write it down. Any number, not less than 100, you write it down. Okay, then you go 36. You go to 45. You go to 54. You go to 63. You go to 72. You go to 81. You keep going to 90. You keep going to 99. When you add to 99, you add to it 9, it will be 108. Is 108 more than 100? You say yes, then you stop. Like I have some students, they write 108. No, 108 is the answer more than 100. You say yes, they ask you to stop. Nobody asks you to write down the answer. If you said no, then you say what? Write down the answer. But when you say yes, you don't write down the answer. You just stop. So please remember how to do this correct. What is a position to term rule for the sequence? So position to term rule, as we said, like the first position is 9, the second position is 18, 27. So every time you multiply what? You multiply the position by what? You multiply the position by 9. So multiply by 9. This is the position to term rule. They say imagine the sequence continue forever. What is the 60th term of the sequence? 60th term, so you just multiply. It is 60 times 9 because every time you multiply by 9, that's equal. You multiply 6 by 9 is equal to 54, and you put the 0 of 60. So the answer is equal to 540. So please be smart to know how to multiply. When it's 60 times 9, it's just like same as 6 times 9, and you put the 0. Let's go on. Question 9. The Sekiki counts in steps of 0.03 is starting at 3.26. What are the next three terms in the sequence? Look here, you go back. Or you go what? They say is count in steps of, let's start with this one. You add every time 0.03. So please like be smart. Like when it says 0.03 is the hundreds. So you add it to the hundreds. This is 1, 3.26, 3.29, 3.32. Then you add the 0.03, which is to 100, it's going to be 3.35. Then it's going to be 3.38. Then you add to it 0.33, it's going to be 3.41. This is how things going on. Remember this. Like if you'd like to add it, go and add. Like 3.32, add to it what? 0.03. And then add normally. 2 multiplied plus 3 is equals to what? It's equal to 5. This is 3 plus 0, 3. And this 3 plus 0, 3. So it's going to be 3.35. Then keep adding every time. They say write the sequence of 5 terms with the steps of constant size, which has the first term of 1. The first term of what? It is 1. And the second term, it is 1 and 2 over 5. 1 and 2 over 5. So that is mean they add 2 over 5. Go to the term after. 1 and 2 over 5. When you add 2 over 5, it's going to be 1 and 4 over 5 because you're going to add 2 over 5. The sequence that I want after, you're going to write it is 1 and 6 over 5. But please remember, when you say 6 over 5, 6 is bigger than 5. So you're going to divide. 6 divided 5 is equals to 1. And remember 1. So this one will be 2 and will be what? 1 over 5. 2 and 1 over 5. Now how many terms I have? 1, 2, 3, 4. You write the term after. You add again 2 over 5 is going to be 2 and 3 over 5. So please remember, like when you add 2 over 5, you just keep adding 2 over 5. 2 over 5 plus 2 over 5 is going to be 4 over 5. Then plus 2 over 5 is going to be 6 over 5. When you have 6 over 5, it is 1 and 6 over 5. 1 and 6 over 5. Remember, this 6 over 5, the 6 over 5 is equals to what? It's equals to 1 and 1 over 5. So you add this 1 to the 1 here, it's going to be 2 and 1 over 5. And then you keep going on with the same sequence. Now we have 5 terms, we stop. They say write the first 5 numbers in a sequence that starts at 42. And the term-to-term rule is at 0.0, 0.15. So you start at 42, and then you add 0.15. It's going to be 42.15. You add again 0.15 is going to be 42.030. Then it's going to be 42.45. They ask you write 5 terms like 1, 2, 3, 4. Then the 5th term is going to be what? It's going to be like 42.60. 60. This is going to be the 5th term. What is the 10th term in the sequence? I've told you before, whenever I ask you the 10th term and you have the term-to-term rule, just go and multiply the term-to-term rule by what? By 9, because we know the 10th term. The 10th term, like we add the 0.15 9 times. So say 9 times 0.15 and go and do it as long multiplication here. Say what? 0.15 times 9. 9 multiplied 5 is equal to 45. 5 and you carry over 4. And 9 multiplied 1 is equals to 9. Then plus 4 is equal to 13. And you put decimal point after 2 digits, like 1, 2, put decimal point here. So it is 1.35. So you're going to say what? Like you're going to add 42, you add to it what? 1.35, which is 1.35. And remember, when you have decimal, you have to put decimal point on the decimal point. 42 has no decimal point, you make it 42.00. And then you go and add. Like 0 plus 5, it's a 5. 0 plus 3 is a 3. Then do the decimal point, put the decimal point. Then 2 plus 1 is 3. Then you put down the 4. So the third term is going to be what? Is going to be is equal to 43.35. So please remember, when I ask you find the 10th term, so you see the term to term is 0.15. So you added 9 times. That's why I multiply by 9. Please remember. Or you can go here and to the 10th term. But this will be very hard job because sometimes they could ask you find the 50th term. 50th term, immediately say 49 multiply 1.5 and then add it to the first term. Okay? So let's go and see number 12. We said a sequence has position to term rule of multiply by 6. Complete the table. We multiply by 6. They say this is position to term. So position is 1 multiplied by 6. 1 multiplied 6 is going to give you 6. This is 2 multiplied by 6 is going to give you what? 12. 30. Which number multiply 6 is going to give you 30? This is 5. 5 multiplied 6 give you 30. And this is 6. Multiply 6 give you what? And this one is 12. Because 12 multiplied 6 give you 72. It's 12. So that's all what you need to do here. They say that the number in this sequence increased by equal amount each time. You write the 3 missing numbers. If you do remember, so I've told you like about this one before. I told like when they give you the first term and last term, what you need to do. I say with step number 1, you subtract the last term, which is 42, minus the first term, which is equals to 10. And you say the answer is equal to 32. Then you see how many missing terms, like 1, 2, 3, 4. I've told you when there is 3 missing terms, you divide by 4. If you do remember so. Because of what? Because from 10 to 42, we add 4 times. If you could look over here and concentrate, like 10, you add to it a number, is going to go to the second number. Like this is the first addition. Then you add again to get to this number. That's the second addition. Then you add again and you get to this number. This is the third addition. Then you add again and you will get to the 42. That is why you add 4 times. That's why you divide here by 4. 32 divided 4 is equals to 8. That is mean every time you add 8. Like 10 plus 8 is equals to 18. Then 18 plus 8 is equal to 26. Then 26 plus 8 is equal to 34. And 34 plus 8 is equal to 42. They say what is the term-to-term rule? The term-to-term rule is what is add 8 or adding 8. You could say it's what? Add 8 or adding 8 every time. They say Selma says the position to term rule is multiply by 8. Is she correct? Explain your answer. Okay, like the position to term is multiply by 8? No. Before you say no, how do you know to say no even? Like go see the 10. 10 is the first position. So first position it means 1. 1 multiply 8 does not give you 10. And 2 multiply 8 does not give you 16. That's why when you say position to term, like what the first term is 1, you should multiply by 8 to give you the first term. And here, no. So we said no. Explaining answer, we said because like 1 multiply 8 is equal to what? It's equal to 8, not 10. And the first term is 10. So you just be smart like that and give this answer. Let's go to the question after. Question 14. And this is the last question. Okay, we say Ahmed counts back in steps of 3 over 4. He start counting at 3 and 3 over 4. Like he say 3 and 3 over 4, then 3, then 2 and 1 over 4, then you count. Some people they actually like they're not smart enough to count it 3 over 4 or they don't know how to add it. So please, they take which of these numbers does Ahmed says? Well, like actually like there's two methods to solve this question. Number one, like to keep adding every time the 3 over 4. To add the 3 over 4, like 2 plus 3 over 4 is gonna be what? This is 2 and 1 over 4. When you add to it, it's gonna be 2 and 4 over 4. When you say 4 over 4, it means what? It means 1. But we are subtracting. We're not adding. Because here 3 and 3 over 4, we add, subtract 3 over 4. Now here, when you subtract 3 over 4, you need to change this one to improper fraction. Like how do you change to improper fraction? Like remember, when we have 2 and 1 over 4, like to change it to improper fraction, if you do remember, so we say we multiply 2 by 4. And then we add to it what? We add to it the 1. This is multiplication. And this is addition. And so go and find it. Like I'll find my terms here. This is 2 multiply 4 is equal to 8. 8 plus 1 is equal to 9. It is 9 over 4. So please like subtract from it 3 over 4. It's going to be what? 6 over 4. Then subtract also like what? Again 3 over 4 is going to be what? 6 minus 3 is going to be 3 over 4. Subtract from it again 3 over 4. 3 over 4 minus 3 over 4 is 0. Then 0 minus 3 over 4 is going to be negative 3 over 4. Don't forget this one. Over 4. Then minus 3 over 4 is going to be negative 6. Negative 6 over 4. Then you subtract again. 3 over 4 is going to give you negative 9 over 4. You subtract again. It's going to be negative what? Negative 12 over 4. And you can keep going like that forever. Then after negative 12, like you have that negative 15 over 4. Then you can go and you say negative 18 over 4. Like I don't need to go up forever. I just need to understand one thing. Look, all my numerator here, they are multiple of 3, even the negative ones. So all what I need to see these numbers. Like we say, it start at 3 and 3 over 4. So 4 and 1 over 2, it cannot be because we're not starting from this one. We start from 3 over 4, and 4 and 1 over 2 is bigger. So we cancel this one out. Then we go to this one, and we change it to improper fraction. Like 1 multiplied 2 is equal to 2, plus 1 is equal to 3. So this is 3 over 2. Please look at this one. This is 3 over 2. But we have the denominator is what? We have the denominator is 4. When I say denominator is 4, this is 3 over 2. Change it to 4. Like multiply by 6, by what? Multiply by 2 down to make it 4. 2 multiplied 2 is equal 4, and 3 multiplied 2 is equal to 6. 6 is over 4. Now the 6 is a multiple of 4, yes. So this number is yes. It is a multiple of 4. Go unround it. Like this is the most important thing. You make your denominator what? 4. And you see if the top number is multiple of 6, then yes. So yes, this is what? This is a part of a sequence. Go to the second one and do the same thing. Like multiplied by what? Multiply like 4 multiply 4 is equals to what? Is equal to 16. 16 plus 1 is equal to 17. So it will be negative 17 over 4. 17 is not a multiple of 3, so no, is not. This one go, 6 multiply 4 is equal to what? Is equal to 24. 24 plus 3 is equal to 27. So negative 27 is a multiple of 3? Yes. So this one is yes. This one, go again with the same idea. Negative 8 or 8 multiply 4 is equal to 32. 32 plus 1 is equal to 33. 33 is a multiple of 3? Yes. So you could go to it. And then that's it. Please remember this one. All time, like if you go look the top numbers, you all time, they are multiples of 4. Okay? And that's it. That's all for today. And thank you.